where we're going to begin that, ladies and gentlemen. In the South region, the number one overall seed, the Alabama Crimson Tide, they come in running high, doing their thing. They come in with a record of 29-5, the SEC champions, regular season and tournament wise. Brandon Miller, despite everything he has been through, he has led this team to they be champions. And they has done a good job with this team, despite everything that has going on. Like I said earlier, they get to win corporate. They get to win Texas A&M Corpus Christi, Southeast Missouri State. Nevertheless, I don't see neither one of them teams beating and stopping the road that Alabama is on. I'm just gonna say he'll be here right now. Now my bracket is not fully filled out. I'm gonna fill some of it here on the show. But for now, we're just gonna make it happen. But I don't see Bama losing to any one of those teams. You have 8-9 matchup of Maryland Terrapins and the West Virginia Mountaineers. You have the Maryland Terrapins coming in as a 21-12 record. The Virginia Tech Mountaineers a 19-14 record. Press Virginia, is always interesting to how teams prepare for Bob Huggins and that press defense that Virginia Tech likes to deploy. With a lot of people call it Press Virginia. Maryland is usually known for having great scores, great ball movement, great offensive players. This is going to be an interesting 8-9 matchup. The way things are going, I think I like Maryland in this one. I think I'm leaning Maryland on this one. Like I said, my bracket is not filled out, and I will fill it out in due time. But I think I'm leaning towards Maryland in that one. Your 5-12 matchup has San Diego State going against College of Charleston. And College of Charleston comes in with a 31-3 record. San Diego State 27-6. This is a matchup that could go either way. San Diego State hasn't been the type of San Diego State team we have seen in the past, even though they still won, 27 games. They do kind of lack some offensive firepower. Defense is not as potent as it used to be. It's still pretty up there, but it's not as potent as it used to be. College of Charleston, you don't win 31 games for no reason, man. So I'm not looking past y'all. But I am leaning San Diego State, to be quite honest with you, because San Diego State is known for getting a couple of wins in the NCAA tournament a year. So I'm really leaning San Diego State on that one. Your 4-13 matchup, the Virginia Cavaliers, and they'll be facing off with Foreman. Foreman coming in as a 27-17, Virginia 25-7. Virginia still got the defensive tenacity, but they struggling on offense. And Foreman, I watched Foreman in their tournament, and they can shoot. They can shoot the rock. They can put the ball in the bucket. So this gonna be kind of interesting, man. As always, you're looking for that 5-12 upset, that 4-13 upset. That 7-10 upset. These types of upsets that you're looking for. Foreman might can get this one because Virginia doesn't really score that well. And if they have one of them days that they just can't put the ball in the bucket, Foreman can catch them. It can catch them slipping. So I'm a little worried about Tony Bennett and his Cavaliers going into this one. But I'm gonna give Tony Bennett the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna lean Virginia. I'm gonna lean Virginia on that one. Yeah, your 6-11 matchup, Creighton versus NC State. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. Creighton 21-12 from the Big East. NC State 23-10 from the ACC. Don't like this matchup for Creighton, to say the least. NC State likes to clamp down on defense. They like to turn you over. They like to get out and run. Creighton likes to shoot the rock. They like to do half-court offense and stuff like that. So if Creighton guards cannot turn the ball over, they can win this game. But if they do, it's going to be a problem. So right now, I'm leaning NC State in that one because I think that defense of NC State might be too much for the Creighton Blue Jays. Your 3-14 matchup is also an interesting one. Baylor as the 3 seed from the Big 12 and UC Santa Barbara from the Big West, 27-7. Baylor's been up and down this year. After winning the national championship 2 years ago, they've been on a kind of a downward spiral lately. When they won it 2 years ago, they was clearly the top two teams in the country outside of Gonzaga. It was clearly there. Then the following year, it was pretty well. This year's been a little bit more rough. So, and then you got UC Santa Barbara, that team there. They big, they defend, and they can shoot. So Baylor need to be on their toes because UC Santa Barbara ain't a team to take lightly here. They're not. I'm leaning Baylor. I'm gonna lean Baylor, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna lean Baylor right now. But that is a tough one. That could be one of the big upsets. That 3-14 upset. That could be one right there in the South region. 7-10, Missouri and Utah State. This gonna be an interesting game, up and down fourth game. Teams that can shoot the ball, put the ball in the bucket. Teams that can defend. I'm gonna roll with Missouri because I think Missouri gonna want to get a little payback from not winning the SEC tournament because they had to run into Alabama. In the semifinals, I think they take that momentum of disappointment and use it to their advantage. And then your 2-15 matchup, Arizona and Princeton. This is not a type of matchup Arizona needed in the first round. Winners of the Pac-12 going against the winners of the Ivy League. One thing people don't understand about the Ivy League, these dudes are not only book smart, they are game smart too. They know how to prepare for an opponent. They understand. They will study tape, they will study film, they will do their homework, and they will prepare themselves as best they can for the Arizona Wildcats. Arizona need to prepare themselves too because Princeton can shoot. Princeton can shoot from three. Princeton has the shooters to keep up with Arizona. But I like the size of Arizona, so I'm gonna roll with Zona on this one. I'm gonna roll with Zona. But I'm just saying, you gotta be careful when it comes to the. You gotta be careful when it comes to Princeton or any teams in the Ivy League.